We come back, Frank Caliendo in the studio where this is going to be up at the Brea Improv. We're going to be hanging out and chit-chat about a lot of different stuff. So stick around. We are Heidi and Frank. Heidi and Frank show. If you're listening right now, you're in for a treat because Frank Caliendo's here. Is he here? I thought he was here in the Bristol Farms green room. Oh, there he is.
Oh, my goodness. There he is.
Good to see you, sir.
Hi, Frank. Nice to meet you.
Did you just wake up?
It's early, isn't it? It's awful.
He's like, yes, I just woke up.
No one should be up this early.
Wrong way. Sorry, never been in a radio station before.
It's one of those porno mics. You got talking to the side of it. Sexier.
Thanks. Glad you guys plugged in the headphones before I got here.
Yeah, it's crack staff there, Frank. My God.
You came to see me before?
Yeah, it was. I can't remember where.
And how come you? I never would have recognized you because you never look the same twice.
I know.
Every single thing I see of him, he looks completely different.
No, he could be a serial killer, and he may
blend in, and they'd never find.
You are the man of a million. You're the man of a million voices. He's the man of a million faces. He always looks different. Yeah, looks like a lumberjack
Dexter,
today.
Heidi and Frank.
I saw you. It might have been like it was a long time ago. I remember I went with my buddy Pat, and he moved to Dallas maybe 10 years ago or so. And he's like, I'm going to see Frank Caliendo tonight. You want to go? I'm like, sure, let's go. And it's absolutely hilarious. And so, yeah, you're going to be at the Brea Improv. If you get a chance, definitely go see Frank. You're going to be there when? Tonight and tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's it. How's that for a plug for myself?
That's it. That's
I don't know. I was sitting in the green room, and I wasn't moving enough.
Yeah. Frank, it's very early.
And the lights went out.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't care. And I love that Harvey Keitel is running the board over there.
Oh, my God. I never noticed that before.
It's the wolf.
How have we not seen that?
That's funny.
If you don't do well, the wolf, I'll take over.
That's you're not the only one that's happened to in the green room. It's like where you're just sitting there because really there's nothing to do in there. There's nothing to watch. There's really nothing to listen to. Do they even have us on in there? Can you hear the show?
Yeah. But it's like with bad reception. It's awkward. You're in the radio station. You're
yeah.
That's what that sounds like. You know.
I know it's horrible.
So he didn't move enough, and the motion sensor light just goes off.
That's such a dork.
Like, I'll just take a nap then.
Now I have a friend. I think you may have run into him before. His name's Brian Irwin, and he has the same voice as you. That blows. You ever know? Oh yeah.
You got a voice like a doppelganger?
Yeah, he sounds exactly the same.
Do you have that ear because of the fact that you can pick up do people's voices?
I don't know. I would think almost anybody could. When he talks, it was always funny because it was when I would listen to you guys on the radio, I would hear. I'm breaking up here. What is going on? I don't even have a voice anymore. I had to dig into the Bristol Farms, see how it worked out.
Look at that.
Yeah.
He knows the game.
Caliendo in the Bristol Farms green room.
He knows how to work it.
Drinking the Bristol Farms water.
Well, now I got to hear this Brian Irwin.
Frank Caliendo and Harvey Keitel for Bristol Farms water. I don't know.
Brian Irwin, where's he from? I'm dying to hear his
he lives
voice.
here. No, he lives here. He runs the Herald building downtown where they shoot tons of stuff down there.
Is he a comedian?
He does comedy too. Yeah.
He does comedy
That's the
too.
endorsement for a comedian.
Well, no, he's funny. He's a very funny guy.
Not funny
He's
per
told a joke
se.
once or twice, I think.
Well, I know him because I know him from Milwaukee and radio.
Yeah.
He was an afternoon guy that another friend of ours that was a comic got him fired, and then he got into stand-up comedy. He came out here, and like most people, he's got another job.
Are you originally from Milwaukee?
Born in Chicago, but grew up in Milwaukee.
My first radio gig was in Milwaukey. It was at Hot 102.
Oh, I'm sorry.
WLUM, the urban station.
Wow.
Yeah.
I walked off that one time.
You did?
Yeah, I was I was kind of a jerk. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It was one of those things where I was just in a bad mood. I don't know why, because I was alive. And which should make you happy unless you're me.
Right.
So they wanted to do an impression contest, and I was like trying to sell tickets. You know, that's the thing is when you're doing this as a comedian, people don't always realize like, oh, he's always on. No, I'm trying to sell tickets on the radio, right. And that's why I've done so many voices so far here today.
I've been trying to guess who he's doing now.
I don't know.
Oh, this is Caliendo. Okay.
Maybe he's working something new on us. I don't know.
Who's this guy?
Right.
This Harvey Keitel sucked. I know. I didn't know I was going to be doing it until I walked in here and saw the wolf. See, he's like, I think it could have been worse.
Yeah, well, honestly.
That'd be great if you look like Harvey Keitel and you're like, hey, how's it going? Damn, Do your wolf impression. I'm the wolf.
Who was your first, like, growing up as a kid, did you imitate school teachers and stuff like that? Is that how people went, you're really good, do Mr. So-and-so?
Yeah, Mr. Christensen was the geography history teacher, and our resident map expert, Mr. Caliendo, is going to come up to the map, and he's going to show us what's going on. And I'd go up there and do the impression of him, and like most kids in this country, I had no idea what I was pointing to. It was like, over here is some blue stuff.
That's water, yeah.
Oh, that's water.
And you're just killing. The kids are just like rolling.
Oh, they're loving it.
You sound just like him.
Did he appreciate it?
Yeah, he had like a cop mustache.
Okay.
So he was a very dry, funny guy. But yeah, so I would do that kind of stuff. The first impression that I probably did was Jay Leno looking in the mirror, staring. I just jutted out my chin like, "Hey, I would like some nacho cheese flavored Doritos. And then it looked at a Beaker from the Muppet Show. Welcome to Muppet Labs, where the future's being made today. Welcome, Beaker. Beaker? Me. Oh, that sounds like me. And me and Mike Tyson, we're all the same person.
It is so funny because you watch Frank.
It works out. Look at that.
It's crazy. When you do, it's you not only hear it, but what you do, because he has that little lispy thing, and you get that down, and you just.
He's got that tiny little mouth. He's got the big chin, but there's just a tiny little. That sounds good. I'm just talking through my teeth.
Caricature artists love Jay Leno. They have to. When he's walking by,
he's easy to do.
They normally just sit there and wait for you to come up to them. But when Jay Leno walks by the caricature guy,
drawing.
Hey, mister, come over here. And it's like, draw your giant chin, small mouth, big hair.
This guy I got
this guy.
Not a problem.
Because that's the thing with me. Like I say, I change my look all the time. You don't
Did you
recognize
do that on purpose?
Well, yeah, and laziness.
Yeah.
But caricature guys, you sit down, they look for let me exaggerate on him. They can't. It never looks like me. They can't find that weird thing. It's like I had the face that's just so bland.
Hey, you've got a gigantic head.
I have a melon head.
Do you really?
Oh yeah. So
yeah, he does.
I had a 7 and 7/8 football helmet in high school.
Oh yeah, that's about.
But I was a small in high school when I played. I was 112 pounds. I was also a wrestler, so I look like the helmet mobile. Remember when the helmet cart would come out on the field? I looked like that when I ran out on the field.
Of course he remembers the helmet cart. This is John Madden sitting here with us. Of course he.
Oh no! Oh, she throws it.
See, that's a segue right there. I mean, you think of all the things you could do, and then boom, it's like Simon Says without saying Simon.
And I just lost. That's the thing with Madden. That's what people don't even do. That's what they do to me too. Is like they'll say
that's your hit.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that people know. Although Barkley is very big now too. Charles Barkley and Morgan Freeman somehow has become. That's the correct. Well, that's when Frank realized he had no idea what was going on, trying to figure out where he was exactly. Frank was sitting there with Heidi and Frank, and for some reason, Harvey Keitel. Fact of the matter is, I thought Harvey would have had a better job right now.
That is unbelievable.
That's not to take away from that fellow over there who looks like Harvey Keitel. I'm sure it's a pretty good job. Maybe you could afford some school clothes for your children. $1,200 to $2,000. Well, someday we'd figure it out. Why are those toms so much? What in the world is that all about? A pair of shoes for $65. Like Frank said, $2 to make them. You get 2 pairs, and somebody runs away with $61. Well, that sounds pretty good to me, Sonny.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable!
I have a narrate my life. That's what. All on Vine. That's Vine. I'm so bad at this stuff because I don't know. I guess I'm so old school. That's what we were talking about yesterday. How we're just completely clueless. Yeah, I can't. I still like radio. Like I have friends in radio. The podcasts are interesting to me, but it's interesting. It's weird that not only do like radio personalities and comedians and actors have podcasts, so do their assistants.
Right.
So you it's like the assistant. Oh, this guy's the assistant, the guy who looks like Harvey Keitel. Well, that's when Frank realized he'd done that joke too many times and he'd do it 100 times more. If he'd done it 50 times, he could do it 1,000,000. Because from now on, this guy was going to be known as HK. Harvey Keitel.
No, I agree with you about the podcast. I mean, it's gotten a little ridiculous. It's like everybody can have one. That's why it's, not as special if you're just, when you can open up your laptop and use the microphone on your laptop to record it in there and post it up on iTunes, and everybody thinks it's a great big deal. And it's really not.
I just don't. It's that, and it's everybody's a star in their own mind is the crazy thing. Like you look on Vine. Vine is what somebody got me into it, and Twitter I think is amazing, but at the same time it like takes your life away from you. It's like now I've got to try and build followers because you go in to meet
and then you feel the pressure to be like, okay, I haven't tweeted in 2 days. I'm supposed to be funny though,
right?
So
and that's it. People, you just make a statement. People are like, not funny. You're going to die. And I'm like, sometimes I just want to tell you about what I'm wearing today.
Just type in Morgan Freeman after it, so they hear Morgan Freeman saying it on your Twitter.
Oh yeah,
so no matter
he's
what
narrating your Twitter.
So it's like,
well, I have Morgan Freeman narrates himself on Vine, so it's just the first person.
I gotta see this.
And it starts on the refrigerator, and that's when he realized he was out of milk for his cereal, and soon Morgan Freeman would be heading to the grocery store.
How do they call?
You are so funny when you laugh. When she laughs, it's just like. What? You go from pretty lady to like halfway through the werewolf transition.
She does.
You should see me orgasm.
I think I did.
Yeah, I think I
did. Matata. Wolf, clean it up. That's 12 of those references.
Frank
Frank was going to check Twitter right now. He was stepping over the other Frank's plug for him.
Frank Caliendo is going to be at the Brea Improv, brea.improv.com. Get your tickets. It's going to be tonight and tomorrow night. It's located 120 South Brea Boulevard in Brea, California. Definitely go see him. You're welcome to come back anytime you want, man, okay?
Okay, we're done already?
Yeah, we're done already. I got to get you out of here. I'm sweating.
All right.
You want a beer?
No, I'm good.
If you want a beer, you can stay.
I'll take a beer.
All right. More with Frank Caliendo. We come back. We're Heidi and Frank.
That was just a little sample of the Heidi and Frank show on 95.5 KLOS. Now, to get the show in its entirety, on demand, and if you want to watch the show, we webcast it every day, all you have to do is go to HeidiandFrank.com and become a premium package member. Do it right now.
Heidi and Frank show live from the Morongo Casino Studios in Los Angeles, California, with our special guest Frank Caliendo in studio with us. He'll be at the Brea Improv tonight and tomorrow night, so be sure and get your tickets. Now, you must be 21 and over. Brea.improv.com is the website, so go purchase your tickets. I've seen Frank live. Very, very funny.
God.
Brilliant.
I peed my pants.
He is a brilliant, legendary
I was
comedian.
wasted. I always pee my pants when I get wasted.
That is true. He does. He's ruined a couple iPhones that way.
Yeah, I've actually peed my iPhone dead.
Take your iPhone out of your pocket.
This is a joke, right?
No, that was I had to stop at that point.
That was a Jägermeister.
Yeah, I had to.
That's the great part. Is everybody in the studio is going,
No,
let him talk. We love hearing this.
Don't take him down that road.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, that's a good AA story. I'll save that for AA.
Yeah.
Hey, as you have a beer sitting right there.
Well, he's.
Jeez. And then Heidi's on side.
We're pros around here.
Oh my God! I gotta say, I'm flattered and thrilled that Frank Caliendo does a Heidi Hamilton impression now.
Yeah, no.
Right. I'm thrilled.
Throw you into the act up there in Brea.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
Just
number
like
one in
everybody
Brea.
else, it's great until you see it, and then they.
Yeah, like, ooh, she
funny.
looks like a werewolf.
Yeah.
Now I got to ask you, your relationship with Terry Bradshaw. On just did he like you at all?
Yeah, it was all.
Oh, that was
every
all
once
his
in a while
because
we'd make
Terry's
him
been
mad.
in here and he was, he's
I
fun.
tell you what, I love that guy, that tiny little mushroom of a man.
What does that even mean, Terry?
You'd upset him sometimes?
Yeah, every once in a while, if you do too many jokes that aren't funny, that's the thing is you do all these jokes. Like I'm at ESPN now, so I was at Fox for 9 years. After 2 or 3 years, and Kimmel had been there 2 or 3 years or 4, whatever it was. I think it was 3. And Kimmel had been there, and he'd done everything. So now you just have to do everything again. And now Rob Riggle's there. And it's like everything's been done. You just have to find a new way to package it. That's the hard thing. So I go over to the great thing for me was going over to ESPN, which I didn't really think I didn't really want to do more football stuff anymore. It's just what they said. I went and pitched some stuff about fans and stuff like that because I'm like, I'll get stuff on Twitter. People are like, you suck. I'm like, I know. And I always agree with them, and I'll be like, yeah, I know. Can you tell me?
But that always comes from the guy that's got the egg for a picture, and he has 2 followers.
I was gonna say
and then you get all worked up. You're like, God, your take. He's got 2 followers, and he doesn't even put a picture of himself up.
But a network executive thinks it's important.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
This guy has 2 other people, and one of them is his own account.
Right, we should really get on this.
So I go to ESPN, and they're like, do you do any people... well, first of all, I'd said I want to do some stuff about fans. They're like, well, we can put you on the network right away. And I said, okay, let's do that. Doing kind of what I did before, but not exactly the same. But they're like, can you do any impressions of people at ESPN? I'm like, I don't know if there's anybody to do. And then I started watching ESPN for that reason. I realized there's more characters on ESPN than there are on Cartoon Network. When you start watching people... Like Stephen A. Smith was one of the people that I'd first, and years ago he had a show called Quite Frankly, and this is when I'd actually worked on it a little bit. But I saw him here in a lobby of a hotel, and he's like,
Mr. Caliendo, do me a favor. All these impressions and impersonations, don't ever do me.
But he's one of those guys who'll throw in a word that you're not sure if it's the right word or not because you're not smart enough to figure it out. And you don't have a thesaurus with you with instantaneous lookup. So he'll be like, what do you think, Stephen? He'll be like, I completely, utterly, and quadrilaterally deny everything you just said. What does geometry have to do with this?
Quadrilateral.
Yeah, whatever he said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
You're just sitting there going, Dad, I created a Twitter account for Stephen A. Smurf. Instead of saying, Gargamel is driving me crazy. He's completely Smurf-posterous. And people are following it.
So what are you going to do with this fan thing? You want to expand
I don't know.
out?
I was going to.
How about the fantasy leagues? Because, the fantasy is so freaking huge. There's like 35 million people who do it, and they get sucked in, and they have the drafts, and it's serious business. And obviously the characters, the commissioners of these leagues, I don't know if it'd be kind of like some where you would, I don't know, feature a league of some kind. I think that would be
there is a
hilarious.
show called The League, right?
It's a parody, an actual scripted sitcom that's hilarious.
Right.
But actually to go out and witness the real life league, I think that'd be cool. And you host that stuff?
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of thing we've talked about.
Oh, sorry, I just revealed it. I just pitched it to the world. It's supposed to be
now
a
somebody's
secret.
going to steal it.
Top of my head. You get me going like that.
No,
I got a sip of beer and ideas to start coming out
there.
Just spitballing.
But it is. It's like meeting fans. And
That's
actually,
awesome.
Brian Irwin was one of the guys I talked about. We were talking about different things you could do, contests for fans and stuff like that. Who knows?
That's the guy you say I sound like, Brian Irwin?
Yeah.
Now, did you find some Brian Irwin voice?
Oh, I got to hear this.
Yeah, let's play that. You got that?
I take care of my son full time. That's what I do. Women love it when they see me hanging out with my son. They're like, "Oh, look at that."
That's on the air. That's his.
Beautiful." There should be more men like him out there. And I'm thinking,
That's not how
like,
you really
what?
talk.
I sound hilarious.
That's the only reason why I take care of my son.
I gotta have to text him that he's on KLOS right now.
Turn it off. That way he starts listening and he'll be waiting for it, and he'll listen all day long, and we'll credit.
That's how we'll get him.
No, but his normal speaking voice, he's kind of like projecting out. His normal speaking voice, he'll do, and you have that yes. I don't know. I can't even do it.
You can't do Frank. See, it can't be drawn, and you can't be imitated.
I don't do voices.
What?
I come in here and fail.
Brian Irwin did a podcast with
the Dadcast.
Ian Bagg.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I know them. They
because you thought you were doing it. You're like, why am I doing a podcast right now?
Yeah, those guys. Actually, I have a podcast network, and they worked for it, Toad Hop Network. They were on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you probably came in. There was a studio down at Lubbock for a while.
I called in.
You called into the show. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
I didn't know you guys were that close.
Look at the world coming together.
Brian's been in my house.
Oh, well, I'm GM at KLOS, so
there we go.
How does that feel?
Oh my God!
I took a helicopter here.
Well, you should after all that you're going to be drinking today. You can find another form of transportation.
You guys have an event or something?
Well, no, it's Labor Day weekend, and so on the big drinking holidays, as a public service, we drink on the air. And at 8 o'clock, some LAPD are coming in here, and they're going to give us
why wouldn't they?
breathalyzers, and we're going
to show the
people, that hey, I've had a couple beers, I feel fine, but I'm blowing over the limit, so I probably shouldn't drive. So it's a public service.
What's the over/under on mustaches on those LAPD?
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, there's four of them coming in.
There is, let's see.
Let's see.
Andrew, Ben, Scott, and Wheezy. A cop named Wheezy.
Wheezy, black cop.
It's probably a black cop, yeah. It has to be, right? There's no white guys named Wheezy.
Or someone who can't really breathe well.
He's our asthmatic cop.
He's the one that's like, ate too many donuts.
Yeah, Wheezy's got the COPD. What are you going to do?
Wheezy comes in. Heidi's laughing.
Oh, my God. The Heidi and Wheezy show in the morning. It's going to be a sensation.
Oh, 1-800-955-5567. You want to call up? You have a question for Frank. You always wanted to talk to him. Well, hell, he's here. 1-800-955-5567. I was going to tell you, are you in any fantasy football leagues? Are you in it playing?
No, I every once in a while I think of it. I get invited to be in everybody's fantasy football league, and it's just like, why? I'm just you in normal real life. I'm a loser, It's just like I'm not like people will see me after shows because I like sign stuff after the show, and you see how I mime
I did,
that?
yeah, right. I see.
Almost did the.
So you really just scribble on it.
I
Then
just-
you
yeah,
there you go.
Spirograph from the 70s.
Put it on the spinner, drop some paint on it.
And Heidi's
Laughing. Oh, my God, like a
I'm
werewolf.
trying to do that. It's like Jurassic Park in here. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Right. Just because
Frank's drunk.
it's like he's going to be here at 10 o'clock. That's exactly what this show's going to sound like at 10 o'clock.
Pretty much.
Right.
If we make it 10 o'clock.
That's when they realized there wasn't a possibility of them making it through the rest of the weekend. Heidi and Frank were going to be arrested on the air. Well, then they were headed to Shawshank.
No, we're headed to the Bray Improv. We should just go.
Everybody should
Well,
go.
I'll tell you what, that's a pretty good plug right there.
That was.
The way she worked her way into John Madden and the way she worked her way into the brand. Heidi Hamilton was like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't make her laugh.
Listen, the werewolf is great at segues. This werewolf right here.
He's the werewolf.
A picture of the moon, a cloud goes across it, and
No, I'm the werewolf. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're the mid-transition.
Right, yeah.
American Werewolf in London. Oh. Have you watched that movie recently as far as like the special effects holding up? As American Werewolf in London in the day when that came out, that was like one of the freakiest, scariest scenes.
Yeah.
When
It probably.
his nose grew and his
Now
his
it's so
legs
cheesy,
bent
probably.
backwards all of a sudden. He had the dog legs. That was start growing hair.
And in 2013,
now
it's
you're
probably
like, that's a
lame.
joke. That is totally lame.
How was I scared of that?
Frank Caliendo, thanks for coming in, man. Anytime you want to come back.
Thanks for having me,
guys. He's going to be at the Brea Improv. Brea.improv.com, 120 South Brea Boulevard in Brea, California. Get your tickets for tonight and tomorrow night.